It seems like every day now, another bigot crawls out of the mud and needs to be put back where they belong, in the unemployment line, because these hateful rubes love to reveal themselves and post their full name and picture while doing it. So of course, when their employers find out what they've been posting, they get axed faster than a teenager's armpits. We're gonna dive into why Carly here got fired. You're not gonna believe what her Twitter feed looks like. And then we'll take a look at another case where a CEO got fired for doing the same thing she did, except he did it in a much more public place. Remember to like the video if you're liking the video, and let's dive in. Folks, it seems like at this point this chart is going to have to be taught in schools, because for some reason for the last month or so, it seems like people have gotten very interested in the Roman military. We have another Austrian painter enthusiast who's just now finding out that we're not in the year 1933 anymore. Let me take you through the timeline. So for whatever reason, this woman Carly Minck decided to make an account in her own name in the last couple of months, while she has a regular account that's been around since 2020. On her regular account, she had been posting fairly normal things. But on her second account, there's all kinds of hateful rhetoric, vile vitriolic racism, support for Adolf Hitler or worse, Kanye West, Holocaust denialism, racism, birtherism, trutherism, every kind of ism there is. Now, I'm not sure what prompted this next bit. She decided to post this, a picture of her throwing up a straight Sig Heil. She's also doing a little kissy face, so you know she thinks she looks cute. I'm not sure if this was for her incel groiper Nazi followers, but it leaked to the wider internet, which prompted this. My boss says he needs to talk to me in 15 minutes, and it's an emergency. You know what? Sometimes you gotta take the time to appreciate the small little victories in life. Like knowing that when she got this text from her boss, Carly here felt her stomach drop through her asshole. And what came next was this, a picture of her that says, "I got fired." And of course she did. Once your employer sees a picture of you pointing at the sun with all your fingers, they're gonna know that you're a bigot, and people don't usually like working with bigots. They tend to be racial assholes who think that they're genetically superior, and you'd think that the member of a master race would have better skin. Now that might be kind of mean, but this Nazi doubled down after getting fired. She says, "I'm not afraid of you. The internet was made for young, beautiful people to break the rules and create new and interesting things. Yeah, nothing more new and interesting than racism. We are going to make the world beautiful again." Again, girl, be the change you want to see in the world. Am I a Nazi? No, LMAO. I'm not literally a Nazi. I'm a secret fourth thing, and we are coming to conquer the world. Secret fourth thing, more like the Fourth Reich. We've all know it, we've all seen it, and it's ugly as sin. But it's not just the young and not so beautiful finding themselves in hot water. A CEO of a construction company in Idaho was caught on camera doing the same thing, and when the video leaked to the internet, he too found himself out of a job. I don't know about you guys, but I think the company culture would have to get real rotten before the CEO would feel comfortable doing something like this. You guys heard the cheers and the laughter too, right? It's not like everybody was gasping in shock and horror that he was doing this. Clearly, this is a company of MAGA supporters, so I get the feeling that this little video wasn't supposed to get leaked. And I also get the feeling that it's not just the CEO who's been throwing that hand sign around recently. But unfortunately for Tom, the rest of us did see what happens behind closed doors at ESI Construction, and he was forced to release this hilariously lackluster apology. Unfortunately, my recent attempt at humor and parody fell short and is being used by others to unfairly judge me and, more importantly, our amazing company and its people. At the beginning of our annual State of the Company event, I briefly commented on the election and, as part of a political skit, mimicked Elon Musk and President Trump's signature dancing. I did so as a commentary on the craziness of our political environment and nothing more. Without a doubt, I unequivocally reject any association with hate groups and/or hate toward any group of people. I sincerely regret that my actions offended anyone or could be taken so out of context. What a classic non-apology. I'm so sorry that you got offended by what I said. It really sucks that you're taking what I said out of context. Like, what a piece of shit. It's very clear the attitude going on here at ESI, but it seems like the backlash was just too much for them because he was forced to issue this, much more lengthy and much more detailed apology, spending the whole time groveling, trying to convince the public that he's not a Nazi, and trying to take all the blame so that ESI doesn't look like the racist cesspool that it is. But it's too long, not going to read any of that garbage because it doesn't matter. It was already too late for Thomas D. Hill, who has officially resigned as CEO and chairman of the board of directors. This man was the chairman of the board. You definitely know that the company culture here is horrible. While my behavior was never intended to promote hatred or extremist views, I recognize that it has rightfully generated intense backlash and has overshadowed the mission of our company. He's talking about us when he's saying generated intense backlash, by the way, not letting these horrible people get away with those non-apologies after doing like the main gesture associated with hate speech. I mean, that's the only thing that keeps these people accountable. Otherwise, this guy wouldn't have lost his job and would have just continued to be CEO of this backwards ass company. Now we all know that ESI is a garbage company that hires garbage people, and Thomas D. Hill loves throwing up the Sig Heil. I wish him luck on his future employment. And of course, these people are feeling emboldened. I'm sure you guys heard about the U-Haul full of Nazis in Columbus, Ohio, who the cops then escorted to a school and then assisted one of them in retrieving their emotional support animal. These police officers care more about the emotional support of a Nazi than they do about the health and safety of children. And then they have the nerve to say that they can't do anything to these people because they don't know who they are and they never saw their faces. When you and I can clearly see from this body cam footage, there's the guy's face right there. But we all know the old American proverb, some of those who work forces are the same that burn crosses. The same in 1992 as it is in 2025. I'm Tony Hinderman with Really American, and I'll catch you next time.